Shalom. I want to begin a lesson off by giving all praise, honor, and glory to the Heavenly Father, Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, Bahashim, Rakaha Kodash. Double blessings and honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who taught us this truth through the spirit and power of Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai. Back to with another lesson through the spirit, man. I'm just going to be talking about the deportation, stuff like that. That's been headlining the news, right? I seen the lesson from the Elder Malcolm that I was speaking on this. That kind of pushed me towards making this the lesson for tonight. You know, you had the wildfires and going on in Israel as well, which is a topic of discussion too. And then the ports, which I already reported on yesterday. And then it's other things as well that I'm probably missing right now. Just thinking off the top of my head. But yeah, man. This has been basically the main staple or influence of Donald Trump's candidacy for president, man. That's deport people. Also, as always, Lord willing, this lesson be edifying to those out there listening and watching. But this has been the main topic of discussion, man, when it comes to his presidency, was him bringing in the deportation, right? And it was more so focused or geared towards the Latino community. Yeah, that's right. Latino community. Okay. But then, right, you have brothers such as myself who said that it may start out like that, but best believe, Jake, the rest of you Jakes are going to start getting lumped into that as well. It's not just going to be Latino, you know what I'm saying, Northern Kingdom, really, which is what I should have said, that's going to be getting deported, man. He's going to start getting you niggas out of here, too, right? So we just came forth, and they signed like a little executive document or something like that, basically saying it's okay to get rid of Americans. Now, you have that one guy who, he's a Latino, and he got wrongfully deported to El Salvador prison, and they've been marching and protesting in the streets for this one dude, man. So just imagine how much worse it'll be when mass majority, right, start getting deported. They're implementing their real ID next week, right? And there's no telling how many people got to go still get that shit, man, right? And we know what that's for. We're not ignorant of Satan's devices, man. Oh yeah, that was another thing too, man. They said, I seen the article because I was gonna do something about that as well, right? That was another topic of discussion. These AI robots are about to start going on are about to be produced on a mass scale, and that made me think of the movie I, Robot with Will Smith. You know, Elon Musk is one of the people who developed those robots, which I've done a lesson on that before. It's something with a O, like some type of, I can't remember the name of it, but I believe it's something with a O, some type of, almost like a Greek type of name. I can't remember, but yeah, man, these are the headlines. Trump's deportation campaign is capitalizing on a key hallmark: speed amidst U.S. citizens could be deported by mistake as homegrowns are next. And that's just not no damn mistake, man. right? Americans overwhelmingly support criminal U.S. citizens to be deported to El Salvador until, you know what I'm saying, civilians get mixed into that shit too, right? When is it gonna be too much? Right, and it says it's his top priority, man. You know, they work evil upon their beds, and they're able to bring it to light, man. Right? They devise iniquity, wickedness. This is the first precept that came to my mind, though. Go back to the article I was gonna read because when I seen the headline, that shit had me weak, man. Let me go back to it. It says Trump admits, this is about the Independent. It says Trump admits it's possible U.S. citizens could be deported by mistake. Nothing will ever be perfect in this world. That is hilarious, man. So this was earlier in April that he said this. Let me get this though. This is what I was thinking, man. When I seen that. This is Daniel 5:18. O thou king, the most high God, Yahweh, gave Nebuchadnezzar thy father a kingdom and majesty and glory and honor. So this is, he's speaking to Belshazzar right now. And for the majesty that he gave him, all people, nations, and languages trembled and feared before him. Whom he would, he slew, and whom he would, he kept alive, and whom he would, he set up, and whom he would, he put down. Right? That is exactly what I thought of when I seen that. This nigga is expressing his power. If we want to get your ass up out of here, he will get you up out of here, man. There's no games being played, right? If he don't want you here, he send your ass back. Now, the elder bro had a good point, right? He said, imagine if these other countries did the same shit that this nigga was doing. He wouldn't like that shit at all, right? Somebody from Venezuela, a known killer, gets sent over here to America to go be in prison, or you sending a whole bunch of uh other people back over here, right? Or over here just in general, man. They wouldn't be too fond of that. But when his heart, let's keep reading though. But when his heart was lifted up and his mind hardened in pride, he was not disposed, but deposed from his kingly throne, and they took his glory from him, right? So Donald Trump has a great amount of pride, and we've seen this be exercised throughout the media, man. Right, and they signed an executive order. But I did see something that was saying, like, they can't use the Aliens Act to deport people to El Salvador. Or maybe it might have been Latinos. That's what I was talking about, this BBC article. Cannot use Alien Enemies Act to deport Venezuelans, judge says. Judge rules Trump's use of wartime act for deportation is illegal. Yeah, the West been really leaving these people, man. You got 20,000 UPS workers getting laid off and 70 facilities being shut down. It's all out. It's all out chaos brewing up over here, man. And I seen something else, man, that was going on in the overseas that made me think, yeah, the shit done started going down over there, man. The end time prophecies and stuff like that. It was something else that happened over there today that just sparked in my mind. I was like, yep, it's going down, man. The blackouts and all that stuff, it was something else, but I can't remember off the top of my head. Let me see. It says President Trump admitted earlier this month that the homegrowns are next. Now he refused to eliminate the possibility that the U.S. citizens could be deported by mistake. You know, the travel. I'm not gonna go into that. Steeped in controversy over his recent orders to remove green card holders and deportations of immigrants without due process, the president appeared to confess in an interview with The Atlantic that accidental deportations of U.S. citizens are not inconceivable. As what would happen if this administration mistakenly removed the wrong person on American citizen, Trump told the magazine, "Let me tell you, nothing will ever be perfect in this world." He don't give a shit. Trump's comments about the homegrowns was made to El Salvador President Nayib Bukele, who has refused to help return Salvadoran father Kilmer Abrego Garcia to the United States, even after U.S. government attorneys made his removal to brutal mega prison was due to an administrative mistake. Like I said, this is the dude that they was talking about. The Trump administration has since doubled down on their stance that Abrego is a member of the MS-13 gang and will not again step foot back on U.S. soil. Yeah, that nigga not coming home. Pressed on if he was concerned that he could have deported the wrong people, the president said, "You know, I'm not involved in that. I have many layers of people that do that." He added, "I would say they are all extremely tough, dangerous people. I would say that. And don't forget, they came in the country illegally." So who's to say that y'all came into the country illegally? Because before y'all was over here, it was people over here, right? There was a whole nation of people over here. Two nations, actually, the Gadites and the Reubenites. So who's to say what's going to happen to y'all? Because y'all came over here illegally, too. I want to get that. This is another, oh yeah, it might be Micah 2-1. I get that too, man. Let's get it, Job 19:7. Behold, I cry out of wrong, but I am, behold, I cry out of wrong, but I am not heard. I cry aloud, but there is no judgment. He hath fenced up my way that I cannot pass. He hath set darkness in my paths. He has stripped me of my glory and taken the crown from my head. This is exactly what they did to the natives, man. He hath destroyed me on every side, and I am gone, and my hope hath he removed like a tree. He hath also kindled his wrath against me, and he counteth me unto him as one of his enemies. Right? So the natives try to come and bring them offerings and shit, be peaceful with them, and then they wound up being violent to their ass and trying to kill him. His troops come together and raise up their way against me and encamp round about my tabernacle. He hath put my brethren far from me, and mine acquaintance are verily estranged from me. My kinsfolk have failed, and my familiar friends have forgotten me. They that dwell in mine house and my maids count me for a stranger. I'm an alien in their sight. Right? They seem as if they weren't over here first. They in their own land, yet people count them as foreigners. I called my servant and he gave me no answer. I entreated him with my mouth. My breath is strange to my wife, though I entreated for the children's sake of my own body. Yeah, young children despise me. I arose and they spake against me. So you talking about people coming over to... Let's read that bullshit again, man. He added, I would say there are extremely tough, dangerous people. I would say that. And don't forget, they came in the country illegally. Then on top of that, I just passed over that part. You talking about some they're extremely dangerous and tough. What are you, America? What are you, Edom? They always want to push. They master projection, man. They make us out to be the evil people, right? The savages. Or they're untamed. They're dangerous. Y'all are hypocrites, man. And they covered fields. This is Micah 2:2. And they covered fields and take them by violence and houses, and they take them away. So they oppress a man and his house, even a man and his heritage. You steal the native's heritage. I remember I went into Cavender's and I just seen like a native looking statue. And I said, look at these motherfuckers, man. They take people's shit, they'll mock their ass with it. Call all your help out, Shemel. I'm gonna go ahead and go back to this article real quick, man. The president's remarks come amid recent rebukes from a smattering of federal judges over his administration's lack of due process when deporting immigrants. As recently as Saturday, a district judge in Louisiana said a 2-year-old U.S. citizen appears to have been deported to Honduras with no meaningful process. God damn. Let me see. Honduras. That's the tribe of Zebulon, if I'm not mistaken. I believe El Salvador is Zebulon too. But you can never be too sure. God, I remember that because... Never mind. I've said too much. Meanwhile, the administration has launched removal proceedings for some green card holders, including Columbia graduate student activist Mahmoud Khalil, who says he mediated discussions between the school and pro-Palestine protesters last year. The Trump administration has labeled him pro-Hamas after a judge selected. After a judge this month ruled Khalil could be deported, his lawyer and his client was subject to a charade of due process, a flagrant violation of his right to a fair hearing, and a weaponization of immigration law to suppress dissent. A federal judge in Washington, D.C., found probable cause to hold the Trump administration in criminal contempt for ignoring court orders to return planes carrying alleged Venezuelan gang members deported to a brutal Salvadoran mega prison using the 1798 wartime law known as the Alien Enemies Act. I think the judge is horrible, Trump told the Atlantic. I told you. I'm trying to use that shit. Let me see. You little foolishness. This is Ecclesiastes 10. Ten and 5. There is an evil which I have seen under the sun, as an error which proceedeth from the ruler. Folly is set in great dignity, and the rich sit in low place. There is another evil I have seen under the sun. Kings and rulers make a grave mistake. Right? When they give great authority to foolish people and low positions to people of proven worth. And we seeing the leaders that are in these positions are straight fools, man. That's what that probably means, foolishness. Weeks earlier, the Supreme Court weighed in on whether Trump administration could use the law for deportations. Justice Sonia Sotomayor wrote in her dissent that the government sent scores of Venezuelan nationals to a foreign prison without any due process of law under auspices of the Alien Enemies Act, a 1798 law designed for times of war. We about to learn a new word today. Patronage, a divine or prophetic token. I believe it's the first one. Umbrella, protection, guidance, support, backing, guardianship, trusteeship, protection, guidance. Under the guidance. A divided court allowed the administration to continue using the centuries-old law to deport immigrants while the illegal challenge plays out in court. But the majority added that the deportees entitled to notice and an opportunity to challenge their removal. Last week, Trump also made comments suggesting that due process would take too long and that his administration should take the authority to remove immigrants without trials. I can't remember what due process means. It got something to do with the course, though. God damn, can't highlight the whole thing? There we go. Fair treatment through the normal judicial system, especially a citizen's entitlement to notice of a charge and a hearing before an impartial judge. Okay, that makes sense. We're getting them out, and a judge can't say, no, you have to have a trial. Trump said in the Oval Office last week, the trial is going to take 2 years. We're going to have a very dangerous country if we're not allowed to do what we're entitled to do. Sounds like a lot of money. A day earlier, he posted on his Truth Social account, we cannot give everyone a trial because to do so would take, without exaggeration, 200 years. This nigga, I don't even know what Truth Social is. Oh, this not even 4 years old. Oh, that makes sense. This nigga owns it. Damn. It's an all-tech social media platform owned by Trump Media, an American media and technology company majority owned by Donald Trump. It's been called a Twitter clone that competes with Parler, Gab, and Mastodon in trying to provide an alternative to Twitter and Facebook. I don't even know what them other two was. Other three, actually. That's what it is right now, man. Let me go ahead and get the rest of these scriptures and end it off. I did Job 13:4. No, that was from earlier. Actually, I should have got that. Proverbs 1:26. I will get this though. Proverbs 1:26. I also will laugh at your calamity. I will mock when your fear cometh. When your fear cometh as desolation, and your destruction cometh as a whirlwind, when distress and anguish cometh upon you, then shall they call upon me, but I will not answer. They shall seek me early, they shall not find me, for that they hated knowledge and did not choose the fear of Yahweh. And I got that because that made me laugh, man. And this is clearly talking about the Israelites, because those are the only ones, right, who can actually call on the names and have a possibility of receiving salvation or repentance, right? So we've been telling these jakes out here, man, right? They finna start wrapping you niggas up, man. They finna start collecting you niggas. Y'all better repent, turn to the true names, right? Get it right, get together, man. What they do? They go down to Egypt for help, right? They say, oh, we'll just leave on our own, right? We'll just get out of America. It ain't gonna be as easy coming next week, man. There ain't no telling what you gonna have to do to get that real ID. Right, they gonna make your ass give a laundry list of shit just to get it. It's gonna make it harder to fly in and fly out of the country. All right, this is the last one I'm gonna give and close it off from there. Psalm 37:12, and this also made me think of that as well. The wicked plotteth against the just, and gnasheth upon him with his teeth. The Lord shall laugh at him, for he seeth that his day is coming. The wicked have drawn out the sword and have bent their bow to cast down the poor and needy, and slay such as be of upright conversation. Their sword shall enter into their own heart, and their bows shall be broken. So, hey man, the things over here in this country about to start getting more and more amplified, man. Right? Lord willing, we see salvation, or we at least see Jacob trouble this year. You know what I'm saying? Shit hit the fan. Stuff get to popping off over here. Lord willing, man. So I'm gonna go ahead and close it off there. Call lawyer Howard Bashim Yahushua and Bashim Rakah HaKodash. Double blessing and honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who taught us his truth through the spirit power of Yahweh Bashim Yahushua. And until next time, I say Shalom Israel. Shalom. And as always, one day close to the kingdom, man. Shalom.